It's a quiet morning in the barn. It's been raining and everybody's been outside all night. Nobody's eating because everybody's full. I just cleaned out the stalls because every last one of them, when they came in, peed. They seem to do that a lot. They like to pee, I guess, where it's dry. I don't know. But anyways, they're also getting their beautiful summer coats that are so shiny, and the rain seems to really help. Rain and sweat, brushing, all seem to help shine them up. Over here in the corner, Lib is down for the count. I am very disappointed because Belle was down too, and I thought I got it on film, and then I didn't, and she jumped back up. But they were both like practically snoring in here, laying flat out. And it's funny that they like to come in and do that. They do it almost every morning. And then there's Boris. It's just a nice, quiet morning in the farm, in the stable here, I should say. And I'm enjoying it. Also, Lady's over here. I did brush her as well. And she seems to really be enjoying life as well. Later in the morning, just resting, taking it easy.
I catched up. Good Monday morning, everybody. It is about 10:30 in the morning, and we have once again had a bunch of rain during the night and this morning, and so my plans have been changed. I was hoping to kind of get my disking done in my cornfields and spring-tooth harrowing done so I could be prepared and ready to plant corn. It is time to be planting corn here in the North Country, although it's not late, but it's still time. And I don't know, with the weather we've had, it's been cold and wet and damp. I'm sure the ground is not that terribly warm, so I don't think there's been any real hurry, but the calendar says it's time to plant corn, of course, but you can't always go by the calendar. So anyways, we have just a little bit more stone picking we need to do up on our further piece over there, and we're gonna do that right now. I chose to take Lady and Duke, and actually I believe it was Saturday when I had Lady and Duke in the woods, but I probably will be going to the woods this afternoon. Probably won't show it to you guys, but I'll be taking Belle and Earl. My goodness, it's so difficult with all these horse names. As you can see, if you saw in my last video, I messed it up like 4 or 5 different times saying the wrong horse.
He does that with his kids sometimes too.
But that's just the way it goes. Anyways, what was I saying? So we're going to take the other 2 to the woods. We are, of course, are not using Baron as much as these other 4 that we are using more. But he's well trained and he really doesn't need to get the work in and let the other 2 do. So anyways, we're gonna go pick a few stones. We came up here on Saturday morning, I think it was, and picked a few stones with somebody, I can't remember who, and most of them are gone. We just have a bunch of little stones up in the corner that we gotta deal with. And I didn't know, but maybe be even too wet with the soft soil to be picking stones, but I drove up here with the 4-wheeler and it didn't seem too bad. And all the stones that we have are right close to where we turn and go into the woods to empty them. So it'll be fine. I'm going to swing over here close. Brenda, have you seen these oats lately?
See any what?
Have you seen these oats lately?
They're growing like crazy.
The rain had really done good.
Honestly, before you kind of had to look a little bit to see them. Now it's just green.
Yeah. So we'll give you guys a close-up of the oats.
It seems like it's pulling really hard because the ground is sticky today.
Yeah, it is.
Makes a big difference.
But the purpose of this is, twofold. We'll get the rest of our stones picked, but we'll be exercising these two horses and keeping them in shape. So anyways, on this, let me just hold that camera off to the side here. The oats are doing really good, coming up nicely. Careful. Careful. Coming up nicely. And I'm sure the grass seed is coming up also. So we're fortunate there with this weather. It's actually great oat growing weather. So now we'll head up to where the stones are. Duke doesn't feel very ambitious today. Come on, Duke. Come on, Duke. It was fairly cool this morning, but my goodness, it's really turned warm. So fortunately, we don't have a lot of work for these guys to have to do, and we'll get her done quick, like I hope.
Cows look so pretty this morning against the green grass.
Probably going up there for the grain. Catch up. Oh. I cuffed up. So as we're working our way up through this field, careful, we'll just talk a little bit about a couple of the comments even that we've had while we've been picking stones over the last little bit, both here and in our barnyard. We've had several people say, well, why don't you just get one of those rock buckets that you put on your skid steer? And boy, I must say, I thought that was a great idea. But instead of going and buying one or renting one, whatever, my neighbor down the road had one, and I asked if I could borrow it just to make sure it's something I want. And so I tried it right here in this field, and I wasn't too impressed. Cuffed up. So in a section like right here, now I'm sure there's differences in these rock buckets, but this one, the teeth are spread out apart, so they're all spread out so that the dirt falls through and you're only picking up the rocks that you want to pick up. So, but on this particular one, they were about, I don't know, four inches apart, maybe 5 inches, I can't remember. But anyways, so one rock like this, it'd pick up. But these other rocks, they'd fall right through. They wouldn't pick it up. And so, you know, you're driving all over the place to pick a stone here, and you still have all these other stones you want to pick up, and you're not getting them. So it just does not work for us, did not work for us. And so I'm glad I was able to experiment with it to see if it was something that would work for me. And of course I found out that it definitely was not anything that would work for me. Probably there's others that have teeth that are a lot closer together, but this size stone, more than likely it will not pick up. And so we went back to the good old-fashioned way that we're used to and done for years. We don't pick all the stones, but we try to pick the ones that I know will give me some troubles later on. And so by doing it by hand, it's easy to do that. When we have a whole bunch of these little ones together, sometimes I'll just kind of slide them together and grab 4, you know, like this. And these are the stones I probably would have left in the field because they would pack right in nicely and you never know they're here. But when a bunch of them are together, I do tend to pick them up. Sometimes I pick a lot heavier than other times. It just depends. You know, this year, this is going to be a cornfield. To have all these stones out of here, it really doesn't matter so much. But next year I'll seed it down, and that's when I want it a little bit cleaner.
And why is that?
Because you don't want these stones sticking up in the ground like this, and then your mow machine comes along, and bam, you're going to break the knife on your mower. If they're laying down flat and pushed into the ground with the cultipacker, it's fine. It'll be just fine. But so it just depends. A lot of times, even after I seed down that field over there that I just seeded down, I will probably cut the oats and probably round bale and wrap it. But then I'll go back through and drive through the fields and try to pick up any stones that I might have missed. So that's how we do that. Stone picking sounds like an awful ordeal to so many people, but it really isn't. We generally just go out for, you know, 2 or 3 loads at a time. On Saturday we picked 2 loads, dumped them, and then that's how we did for stone picking that day. We do that quite often. It just makes it less monotonous, less tiring. Fortunately, we live on a farm where we really don't have a lot of stones. I'm from southern Vermont, where we had so many stones it was hard to find soil. But here it's been so nice, and I've been very thankful for these fields that we have up here in northern New York. Generally, wetness has been by far a bigger issue, but now even with my tile draining that we've been able to do, that has become so much better. So I can't say enough good things about this part of the country, which is very fortunately because this is where I live, and I might as well love where I live because that's where I live. So anyways, we'll keep at this, and then we'll go load after Belle.
So I remember when we were back in Vermont, and remember when we used to pick stones up on the potato field up there? And we would get down and we get these big, huge boulders out of the ground, and you use all your strength.
And spent hours.
Crowbars, and yeah, we spent hours doing that.
Oh my goodness.
We were young then, and I don't know.
Young and foolish. Now we're old and foolish.
And this is better here.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, we better get back to work.
That's when and why I bought my first white horse plow too, because the trip on the plow. I remember the first year I bought that my first plow that I bought from them. It was a hydraulic trip, and I remember plowing that same field you're talking about, and it just slam, 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 because the plow would come up and snap that back down in. It just made so much noise because I was hitting so many stones that were still there. Yeah. So, but that allows the stones to stay where they belong at least for a few more years till they have to be completely pulled out of the ground. Yeah. Anyhow, hey, one other thing, guys. We've showed you a little bit about this, my goodness, a few weeks ago now. But finally this morning, because it's too wet to get to the field, I was actually able to finish up the shelves in our mudroom. So Brenda will show that to you here, maybe right now.
Hey guys, I am in our mudroom. If you remember, if you've been watching, quite some time ago now, Jim did a new floor in here, a new hardwood floor, and then I polyed the floor, and we've been waiting for the lumber to get dry, and then we got it planed, and this morning Jim put up all these shelves. I can't wait to be able to utilize this area so much better. I will be putting some poly on them, and then we'll show you how it looks after that. Also, over on the opposite wall, we now have a place with a coat rack with lots of hooks here to hang up coats. So that's going to make this area a lot more useful as well. Okay, everybody, we're all done with the job here in the mudroom. I have polyed the shelves and tried to put everything in one place. Got room for shoes, and it's really a hodgepodge of different things, but if we know where everything is, it works out really great. and we've got our canned goods in here, and it's just a better use of the space. Just a shout out to Ron and Lois from, I believe it's Wisconsin. They asked how this project was coming, and so here it is. It's all done. And we better get back to stone picking.
Cast up. Oh. Okay, guys. All you guys that watch me, if you don't mind, give me a hand. I appreciate it. Guess that's not going to happen, eh? A couple guys were here yesterday, the other day for Saturday, I guess it was, for some lumber. Friends of mine. And one of them was saying how he's 76. I don't know how old he was. He's still in pretty darn good shape. So I said, well, guys, time to go pick stones now. And the one guy quick says, oh, my back. And the other one says, oh, I'm too old. And I said to the one that said he's too old, I says, Gail, I know very well you can go pick stones still, even at your age. He says, yeah, I still can. And he could have, but he didn't. And that's okay. Suppose we can times it times 8 just to make it look like we really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Cast up.
Let me just show you guys how beautiful it is up here. The gray birch stand is very, very beautiful.
Yep. Ha 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 ha. Up. G a little bit. G. Careful. Ha. Have it. Ha. Ha. Oh. Okay, so we just go down there and then turn and come up that other side, and we should have them all cleaned. So there'll be a couple over here, but most of them will be just right in between us.
Okay.
Well guys, we are finishing up here. We have the bulk of them cleaned up nicely, I feel. Brenda and I were just reminiscing of times picking stones with the family. Brenda was saying how much family fun it was, and I was laughing at her. I think Brenda and I kind of had fun with the kids out here helping. Did the kids have fun picking stones? I doubt it. Maybe for 5 minutes. But it taught them a lot in the process of responsibility, picking stones, the work of it all. And not only that, most of the time, or a lot of the times when we'd take a morning and picking stones with the kids, we'd try to do it and have a pizza, buy pizza that, you know, at lunchtime or supper time, whenever it happened to be, and get soda. And so I'm thinking those are more the happy family time than the actual work and picking stones.
Can I tell them about that time with a youth group?
Okay, I'll pick stones in the background with
Okay, so our youth group at our church has it. They have a fast every year and they raise money for some, I forget what organization, but the money they get sponsors, and then they fast, and the money goes for people who need it. And they wanted some activities to do while they were going through this time to get them off their mind, get everything off their mind, I guess, so not eating. So the leader asked Jim if he had any work that they could do here on the farm, and he had him help him pick stones. So here they are, not eating, and it was a hot day too, and I think some of the kids thought they were going to die. And I just said, it's funny how picking stones brings up memories, but I said to Jim, that's probably something that those kids never forget. When they think of a rough time in their life, there's something hard that they did, they probably remember that.
So we're kind of curious, guys. Can you share with us in the comments some of the stone picking times you had, maybe as a youngster, and were they really as miserable as you thought they were at the time? Let us know.
Or maybe if you've never had the opportunity to pick stones, maybe if you think back and remember some of the things that your parents might have had you do that you thought were absolutely horrible tasks when you were kids. Share that with us too.
I cuffed up.
And if you think it did you any good in the long run. One thing is for sure, when they get on this grassy ground, it slides a lot easier today.
Oh.
Thank you for coming along with us today. We hope that you enjoyed our little bit of work we did here, and we hope you have a great day and can enjoy this beautiful time of year wherever you are.
Have it. G. Yep, G. 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 See? That fall. Oh. Jump on. Catch that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Maybe he's going to want to try to run home.
Yep.